fellas and lady. We're ready to go. We're on YouTube. Ready to go. Recording on here and recording on YouTube right now, Phil.
You can hear me?
Oh, I can now. You was on mute before.
All right, cool. All right, you ready? Okay, what's happening, everybody? I want to thank you all for coming on to this week's Bosses United show, where hip hop meets politics. I want to introduce you to today's guest. His name is Tone Henderson, out of Kansas City. He's been in the game for quite a bit, and I've done a lot of work with him. And stand-up guy. I don't want to get his head any bigger because Kansas City won a little game here and there, so you can't tell them KC cats nothing. You know what I'm saying? During football season. So I want to introduce him to the team and to what we're doing. Tone is right down the alley of what this whole show is about. Dealing with the youth, trying to get them on the right path. Christian as well. Street wise, and not just street educated, but street educated as well, and also very heavy in the music business and worked a lot of big records with a lot of big people and stuff like that. So he's a perfect example of what we're talking about. I personally went out to KC maybe about 2-3 years ago. Spent right around the Christmas holiday. I think it was Thanksgiving into Christmas or something like that. But any event, you had a very big church, one of those mega churches, and the whole church was filled with nothing but toys. I felt like it looked like enough toys for every kid in Kansas City, and not no little 5-cent, 10-cent toys, either real toys and bicycles and remote control planes and boats and all kind of stuff for the kids, and food for everybody. We went to church together as well. We ministered together. So, I felt like, he was supposed to be on sometime last year, I think end of last year, but he was dealing with the kids and stuff. So I had a chance to catch him and get him on today so he can, talk about what he's doing in Kansas City as well as the other surrounding markets because he's everywhere. So with that being said, Tone, what's up? Your phone is on mute. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
What's good, everybody?
Yeah, they're there. They're just on mute. I see the little slash in the corner, but they can hear you.
Okay. All right. My bad. We in the middle. I'm at the school right now teaching the kids. We're in the middle of the program.
All right. I want you to tell them about. Remember, I didn't come down there when I sent the fellas down there, but you remember that one kid that You just tell me about how the parent had told you how happy they were because they didn't know what was going to happen to them or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get into the good work that you're doing down there, and some of the
Well,
artists some of the artists that you've dealt with as well in the hip hop side and stuff. How you blend, how you work the two together.
I'm probably on my. I've probably been in the the homeless teen program for like my 6 years. I'm in Toys in the Hood. Is my 17th year giving away toys to the kids. And this program that we got going on with the Jenna Club is really teaching kids about film, music, and hands-on, giving them a hands-on experience. And then we got the Jenna Club. We go to the Juvenile Detention Center tomorrow, and we talk to the kids. And that's basically what we do up here.
Remember, like I was saying, though, I wanted you to tell the story about that young kid that was going left, and because of working with you and the other fellas, now he's getting ready to go to college in the area, and and the parents is happy. Remember that story you were telling me about?
Oh yeah. What it is like we deal with a lot of kids in the juvenile system, so the judge will give us permission to work with different kids when they get out, and then if they do good, they can stay over. Now this kid that came to the program and he was interested in doing music, but then after he got in and he seen how it was going, he was really frustrated because of his living, the way how he's living, and all the influences that's in front of him. Things that he couldn't do, he can't pay for because he don't really have a job. So he joined the program and he got in the program and we gave him a job. He come help out and in the summertime we pay the kids like $1,200 to come work at the Jenna Club. He's happy now. He's in college and he's taking up a college program and he's studying broadcasting.
That's good. That's good. You didn't tell me that part about studying broadcasting, but that's good. That is what the show is about. Trying to hopefully reach our peers, right?
Oh yeah.
And getting our peers to understand that it's more than just talking about the kids and their sagging pants and their drawers showing and the girls twerking and all that. If we don't get involved and try to change, the direction that they're going in, you know what I mean? If we're just going to sit back and talk negative about them, but not try to show them another way, we're just as bad,
Oh yeah. Then on some of the days we do like financial literacy. We teach them about, like, we got a growing up program that what you need for an interview, how to dress for an interview. This is the building. We down at the building.
Uh,
The kids in there working right now, shooting some videos in a program. But yeah, this is our building right here.
oh, okay. All right.
We in the hood. None of that be dry down here shooting or something. We good. Yeah, so that's basically and then we got the program with the mayor. The whole goal is, I always thought about music was cool, but I just think the community is way bigger than music. And I did almost everything in music that I wanted to do. So I think giving back to the community is my last little stepping stone that I want to make sure so we can make a difference.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah. What are some of the records and artists that you've dealt with or had under your belt?
I had a Prince record. I had a Keisha Cole record. I had T.I. records. I probably got an artist, a client, probably in different markets all over.
Hold on 1 second.
Can't hear you, Phil. What's going on?
Uh, hold on, hold on. Can you hear me?
Can now.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah. So, Tone.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I was saying, it's important that we reach out, to all of our peers, the ones that that's in the streets or was in the street that work the records, work the clubs, work the DJs, and start to again to try to see if we can corral the same, instead of working a record, now we work in the community, we work in the people, you know. Um, One of the things that we're doing, Tony and I, we put together this movie that we're doing, and my guys in New York went down there and shot, and we got the kids in the movie. We're doing a mixtape that Tone is overseeing, for the movie that's dropping July 4th, and we're trying to incorporate the youth into everything that we're doing, so anyone that's on the call, anyone that's watching or listening, if you want any information, any help on how to construct that, like I say every week, I wasn't there again, but Tone made sure that the mayor came and met with two of the main characters in the movie, and he gave them proclamations and stuff, and those guys never got anything like that, from the community, from a political, from a politician, So all those that's on the call, you got to utilize those politicians to your benefit. Don't just, the fight might be hard, but there's help there. There's a lot of other, nonprofits and those politicians that they get paid. Their job is supposed to help you, But if you don't approach them, if you don't go sit down with them, if you don't talk to them, then things are going to be the way it is right now. We're gonna have the music and the powers that be dictate how our kids live. We're talking about all the gun violence that's going on and everything like that. I'm pretty sure I know that there are more good kids and more good things happening in our community than there is bad. But the bad things is what makes money for them. So they promote the negative. But the positive don't make as much money. So they don't show all the good things that going on. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to reiterate on that and touch upon that. Does anyone have any questions or anything they would like to chime in and say to myself or Tone? Feel free. We'd like to have some interaction with those that are listening as well,
It's cold out here.
What happened?
You unlock the door?
You said it's cold out there?
Boy.
I have a comment, Phil.
Yes, sir.
I heard him mention about that he's done of course he's done a lot in the industry and that he wants to do something for the community, and I definitely think that's important. I think that's what damn everybody on here, that's what we into, is giving back to the community and doing things. I wanted to applaud him for that, even bringing it up, that that's what he's doing and all of that. And what part of Kansas are you in?
I'm in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, Kansas City, Kansas. Okay.
Mhm.
So, even when people say Kansas City, I don't assume that it's Kansas versus Missouri or whatever.
Nah, we just decide this winning right now. You know, Super Bowl champs 4 times. You know, so it's a different kind of mentality going on up here.
Let's not mention football. The call might end.
I know it's a lot of hate.
Well, I can't. Listen, but you can't be too mad at them, man. They definitely got a good coach. He was good before he got to Kansas City. You know what I mean? So they got a good team. I like Kansas City. I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs, but I like Kansas City.
I love the coach and I love the quarterback. I think he's great. I like Kelsey because Kelsey from our neighborhood.
Oh, he's from your neighborhood?
He's from my neighborhood right here in Cleveland, Cleveland Heights High School. About a mile or two from where I'm at right now. He and his brother that play for Philadelphia. But there's a lot of hate because it gets to a point to where it's not so much the hate process. Even like the reason why y'all get hate and it's really crazy is because at least with New England, everybody know they was cheating, doing dirty stuff, and all of that. But see, y'all don't have no negative on your situation. So that's really, like you say, it's hate because there's nothing negative associated with it. So you can't say, well, you cheated to do it. No, you played good football. You were ready. You did what you had to do. So there's a big difference in that.
That's a smart man right there.
But I'm kind of tired of seeing them there. I was rooting for the Ravens, who was the old Cleveland Browns. The old Cleveland Browns became the first.
Don't talk about them chokers right now.
People that don't know that history. But somebody put some cereal.
There's no way. There was no way. There was no way. They didn't choke. There was no way that the Ravens could have beat the Chiefs, man. I was telling Tony, I personally believe that the Chiefs held back because that game could have been a blowout.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They said Vegas made a lot of money. Vegas made it, and you have to look at everything. Right. When you look at the game, you got to look at everything. Like some men I know, but I've been in the music business for 50 years, so I know how things can happen a certain way at certain times.
And that's exactly what I was trying to tell Tony. I'm not saying that they cheated. If anything, they cheated for the Ravens because the game could have been a blowout, straight up. You know what I mean? And me being a promotion person, right? If I know what I do when I'm working a record or I'm working an artist, right? And how I maneuver and how I shake and bake, if we do it at our level, you can't think that it's not being done at the highest level, which is professional sports. Whether it be boxing or football, baseball, whatever, you can't think that we could do it in the music business, but it's not done in no other business but the music business. You know what I'm saying? So,
I watched a video earlier today with Stephen A. was saying that he had talked to Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather told him, just like Muhammad Ali, exactly what round he was going to get rid of the UFC fighter that he fought. I can't think of his name, the famous UFC fighter. Because he said, he discussed his style of fighting, what he's going to do. He said, but I'm gonna let him stick around to about the 8th or 9th round. Stephen A. said he did exactly what he told him when he got in the ring. So now he had confidence in his fighting skills to say that, or that was the plan to play around to the 8th or 9th round.
well, I think it's both. I think it's both. Because when I was younger and I didn't know any better, I watched Muhammad Ali say the same thing. Like say Mike Tyson, for instance. They didn't make a lot of money off of Mike Tyson in the beginning because you knew what was going to happen. He was going to come out and start throwing haymakers and knock the guy out by the 3rd round. So that the betting was what round would he get knocked out in? You know what I'm saying? Not was he going to win or lose, but what round was the opponent going to get knocked out in? It's money, man. Well,
look at the thing that happened with Sphinx and who was who was the Finks for Leon Finks when knocked out in that first round? People talking about they went the hallway to get a drink and came back. The fight was over. That's when they made it to where on pay-per-view back then they made it to where no, if it's not 3 rounds, you do not have to pay for the fight. So almost no fights ended in the first and second round after that. Because if it didn't go to, because there was a big controversy about people paying pay-per-view, paying for those seats and stuff. You couldn't leave, go to the bathroom, couldn't go get a drink and come back and the fight's over in less than 2 minutes. After all that preparation.
Yeah, again, it's life.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Okay.
All right, what's happening, brother?
I just want to say that those Niners are coming after Kansas City, but I would tell you this: they better not play around with Kansas City. They better not play around.
Well,
listen, man, I would tell you something, man. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City reminds me of the old Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, I'm talking about the Steel Curtain days. You know, where no matter how many points you had, it's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's just not enough. You gotta stay. You gotta score every time you got the ball. If you don't score every time you got the ball, you're going to lose. And when the game started and they didn't score that first when the Ravens had the ball and didn't score, you go to my Instagram page and I said, up there you go. It's over already. They didn't score the first time they had the ball. That means they're gonna be playing catch up the whole game.
Yeah, they can't play with Kansas City like that. They ain't gonna be able to do that.
I'm gonna say one thing about San Francisco. When you have people like the Ohio State football, Bosa, and even with C.J. Stroud, the Ohio State football at Texas, but at Houston, when you have these Ohio State players, you can't count them out no way. So that's the only reason why I'm not mad at Houston for beating the Browns, because at least it was the Ohio State football that did it. Back to the music business.
Well, you know, again, it's all, you know, you got to look at it from all aspects of the game. You know, it's the same thing that we was talking about with the community and everything. You know, you got to follow the money. You know, you got to follow the paper trail, and that'll lead you to what's going on behind the curtain. You know, but again, the even in the sports, you know, the key is to get the kids involved. Sometimes the kids just need to go to a baseball game or a football game and get them out of the element, you know? You know, that's one of the things I want to do in the summertime. Take a couple of kids down south or, you know, at least to, you know, Baltimore further down where they could go out and get at some of these HBCUs and, you know, and see some open land. You know, in New York, everything is, you know, crunched up and you got the big builders and everybody's on top of everybody. You know, I think if you take some of these kids out sometimes and let them see the open land and, you know, look up at nighttime and actually see the stars, you know, some of the mentality that they have could be fixed, you know. But I really think it's on us, you know.
I never heard of Baltimore being referred to as down south.
Well, I'm in New York, so that's south to me.
I understand. I understand that. But I understand.
But I didn't call it down south per se. I meant from the aspect of, you know, where the HBCUs really start. You know, they got Morgan State and, you know, and all that down there. You know what I'm saying? We don't got none of that in New York, and I don't think Philly got any there either. I'm not sure. I don't think Philly got no historical black colleges there, you know. So that's what I meant from that. I wouldn't call Baltimore, you know, down south either, but you know, south to me, I guess, really starts like Virginia, you know. But again, you know, I just want to, you know, touch everybody and make sure that we really take this thing seriously, you know, because, you know, we sit around and we could blame everybody else, but I think it starts with looking in the mirror and blaming ourselves first, you know. Then we could go out there and start getting involved with the community and helping these kids, some of the seniors, some of the veterans. You know, we as African Americans are the only ones that don't respect our elders, and we don't respect our elders, and then the young ones behind us don't respect us. It's something that's passed down, So I just want to make sure that we try to, I'm hoping that some of the people that's on the call actually take a effort into getting involved for real, and helping out. And if they need any conversation or any help or anything like that, we're always here to help out, So I'm good. Kermit, if there's anything that you really want to touch upon,
No, I'm good.
Unless you wanna tell me why you voting for Trump.
Who's that?
I'm talking about you.
No, who's Trump?
Hold on 1 second.
Somebody must get shot down there.
Still trying to be on Zoom and 3 phone calls at the same time.
Hey, is this Kermit Henderson?
Who asking?
This Tone Henderson, the real Henderson.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Yes.
Nah, Kermit,
Huh?
I met you a couple times down there at Paul's event. We sat on the panel together.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Matter of fact, Felicia go there all the time. The girl, Felicia DA64, she's in Greenville, South Carolina. She go to all the Paul events.
Yeah.
What Paul? Which Paul? Paul in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuttering Paul?
Yeah.
Paul
What was the last event you went to?
Just the one, the last one they just had, the Christmas joint.
Oh, you went to the Christmas one. Oh, okay. At my house. I didn't go that time. I think they had my video playing, everything big. But I didn't get to make that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But how you doing?
I'm just chilling.
That's what's up. I kind of been hit and miss on the interview. Everybody kept calling my phone and stuff like that. But nice to have you on the call, Mr. Henderson.
Oh, this sounds pretty cool. This look like a cool crew right here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Well, when you're from Greenville, South Carolina, you got to be cool because Southern people are different. They're not arrogant like those people like Phil and Carl over there in the Bay Area and Phil up there in New York.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that New York stays open 24/7. It ain't my fault.
In the Midwest, we just keep it real.
Yeah. Phil and them, the arrogant Illuminati people can't trust them either.
Whatever, man.
That's P. Diddy, boy.
Hey,
that's P. Diddy, boy.
Hey, Tony, he worked for Russell Simmons. We had to cut the recording off to ask him about the parties they had.
I don't want to know nothing. Hey, Phil, you better get you some of that money.
You found out y'all been at Diddy party.
No. See, I was the last Diddy
party. Stop stuttering.
Was before Biggie, so I don't know about the new parties.
You was there with Kevin. You was there with Kevin Hart.
I was watching a Jaguar Wright video right before we came on, where she talking about Jay-Z was worse than P. Diddy. That's funny. None of that is funny, but it's just interesting to see how she said it. And she mentioned that the girl Tierra Marie, I'm familiar with her because I knew her manager back in the day. He was out of Texas that introduced her to Def Jam and all of that. But they were saying how she was basically blackballed because Beyonce found out that Jay-Z had messed around with her or whatever, And then so that's why Rihanna became powerful, because they were trying to make a decision whether to blow Rihanna up or blow up Tia Marie. So when they found out that Tia Marie was, in competition for sleeping with Jay-Z and who else? L.A. Reid and Ray J, allegedly. Of course, we know about the Ray J because they discussed that on the TV show. But they were talking about they always competing for this girl or whatever, but then they end up allegedly blackballing her after she was sleeping with everybody, allegedly. But it was just interesting to hear it. Whether it's true or not, some of that stuff is just interesting to hear, because you be hearing a lot of people just say stuff to be saying it, to make content, to get whatever. Like, people think, I'm gonna give another example. People think Cat Williams is crazy, right? They were talking about Mark Zuckerberg had some kind of multi-$100 million bunker he had built, and what's the name? Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp was asking him. I think what Shannon was asking him, why do you think he built that? So people would think that Cat Williams was gonna say something stupid or something drunk or whatever. He said because a lot of people, I'm talking about the guy in North Korea. There's a lot of stupid people that got their buttons on things that can blow stuff up. So he want to be able to survive it or whatever. So in other words, I'm saying he said a lot of intelligent stuff. So you can't just say that he drunk or he this, that, and the other, or on drugs when he says something crazy about whether he said somebody did something wrong or whatever. I'm not saying it's true or false, but you can't say he's crazy, because he said a lot of stuff that maybe crazy people say, but it make a lot of sense. So if Cat Williams says something about Phil, I definitely would believe it and bank on it.
I hear that fly shit. You've been in the game longer than me. You was in the game when it was wearing tight pants.
I don't know about all of that, because mine was never tight.
We don't know that.
But I did when I came in the game. I did know Russell and Andre Harrell before Def Jam, when it was Rush Communications.
Right.
And I remember going up to Public Enemy's office back when they got started. I visited their office up there somewhere, and it was like up there was just a bunch of very small cubicles back in the day.
Yeah, that was I forgot the street. I know you talking. Elizabeth. I think it was Elizabeth Street. I know you're talking about though. I'm talking
about real small, like a toilet seat.
I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, I'm explaining for the people that's listening. But I'm talking about like something small, like a toilet sitting there, and you just sitting on the toilet and got a small desk in front of you.
Yeah, that was the very beginning.
I'm glad you made it out of there.
he never said he made it out.
No, I was I had
he just said he remember being in
there. No, I did part of the first Public Enemy's first tour back in '87. So I was real cool with the whole group. Chuck D, Flavor Flav, the Soldiers, everybody. I was cool with all of them.
I don't see nobody saying that name Club Shay Shay don't sound kind of funny. That's the name of his show, Shay Shay?
Who?
Yeah, it's Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, right.
That don't sound a little funny to you?
No, it doesn't. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah,
what do you think the show he had, I think, with Cat Williams or something, had 300 million views or something within 24 hours? Like, why do you think so many people, for the Shay Shay show, not to, Shannon Sharp did not be that popular, what I'm saying? He's not CNN or whatever. But why do you think that people were attracted to that particular show that Cat Williams was on, that it went viral like that, as opposed to just your typical people watching it or whatever?
Because he talked about a numerous people,
He promoted it just like he did.
Yeah, but it wasn't. He had a lot to promote. You know what I'm saying? He talked about at least 10 different people. So that means that people who like what's the guy's name? Steve Harvey was going to listen. People who like, what's the name that passed away? Bernie Mac, and You know, he talked about a bunch of people. So if
Well,
you sit,
let me ask you this, Phil. If somebody was to say something crazy or negative about you, this is according to how you think, would you just ignore it and move on, or would you try to address it
well,
like somebody like?
well, to tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying, in all honesty, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you know what I'm saying? Something like that happened to me a couple of years ago, you know, and it took me a lot not to end up in jail over the situation. No, I'm serious. I'm serious as God is my witness on everything I love. It took me a lot. I found myself in a corner on the floor with my business in my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to just go and shoot this nigga in his face and then just sit there and wait for the police to come. But because I dealt with, Al Sharpton and Russell and other big name people, I said to myself, I got two children, and I know that the media would then drag a bunch of people down. So I had to eat it. I had to eat it. And see, I don't understand how some of these people play that game. That talk about one another game. And I don't even know how they do that. You know what I mean? Because some people that I know would went and done it. If I would have showed my weakness, some people I know would have went and done it. But because again, I got my brother, so I had to dig deep inside my spirit and my soul. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't even have nothing to do with the situation. It was guilt by association. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the darts started coming my way as well. You follow me? And,
Yeah.
and the type of person I am and the people I grew up around and the things that we did, I trust me, B, you bugging. You don't even know, man. You don't even fucking know, son. Even talking about it right now, I feel like a sucker that I let that shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you can't sit here and talk about the community and the kids and don't do this and don't do that. And then somebody, you know what I'm saying, kind of throw a little flesh room at you, and then you're gonna jump off the cliff. But at the same time, you're telling kids, to grin and bear it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to walk it like you talk. Because I had to grin and bear it. And trust me, you know what I'm saying? You know me, Kermit. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, man. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot, man. It took a lot.
Yeah, I had a situation myself back in February 5th, 2021. It'll be almost 3 years in a couple of weeks where somebody was attacking me and my character and all that kind of stuff. And it was just thankful I got a lot of, I didn't have to do anything. I contacted the guy. With two of the guys I contacted, left a voicemail about it. Never heard from him again. I had some younger guys. Shout out to DJ Punch was one of them that contacted somebody about it that he didn't appreciate the information. And make a long story short, I ain't heard nothing from the guys, period, since then. Nobody. They just disappeared out of the clear blue sky. Ever since that day, I never seen them not one other time. Never heard about a phone call. Never saw them nowhere. Never saw them on social media. Nothing. They just disappeared.
But this particular situation was a bigger thing. You know what I mean? It was bigger people. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the fact of I don't understand. I'm old school. Old school rules still apply to me. You know what I mean? If I don't mess with anybody anymore, and I know things about them, those things are still secret. You just hold on to it. Everybody just trying to get numbers and trying to get money by just talking any old thing about anybody. I don't even understand how that shit. You know what I mean? Like I can do that because I feel like I'd be putting my life on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not only that, but it's like you said about being old school. And I move on street code. It's like what's somebody's business is somebody's business. It's not my business. I'm not gonna. Matter of fact, I give you an example. I had the National Enquirer back in the day. wanted to pay me $10,000 to give him some dirt on Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson would come on my store every weekend. And I used to, I've been places where Mike would be at. We had dinner together, different things. I observed Mike Tyson doing certain things, So, I just basically knew his character, his good and his bad. But it's like, that, and also even people you work with, I'm familiar with situations that happen in South Beach. Whatever. But like it's gonna stay in South Beach. That was back like in 1990. It's gonna stay in South Beach back in 1990. I never talk about it. I'm not gonna write no book. I'm not gonna have nothing, a comment that you can say when I'm dead about it. It is what it is. That's the Jaguar Rice job, not mine.
I don't know how they do it, man. I'm dead serious. I don't know how people can even. That shit is crazy to me, man. That's dangerous. I'm just saying it's dangerous, man. But what's his name? What Jay-Z said? I shoot you, you shoot me. You famous, I shoot you. I'm brainless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, but that's the world we live in, man. You gotta have tough skin because fake is real now. Fake is real. And it's hard when you're real to deal with it because you gotta adjust, man. You gotta adjust, man. That's all I can say. You gotta adjust.
Yeah. I was at the New Music Seminar when a fight broke out between two rival factions out of California. Right there by the elevator.
I remember that. Elevator. That's how Homeboy became cool with the East Coast because at that time I was deep into that Zulu Nation shit. And I got there right when they was getting ready to hit him in the head with the chair. You know what I'm saying? Because he was by himself. He was by himself, and they jumped him and started stomping him out. But that's when you also had, some sort of order, where somebody could come and be like, nah, chill, and it wouldn't go to no violence. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was watching a video earlier with two guys. I think it was two rappers talking about. Oh no, it was fighters. Was talking about one guy. He said this one guy disrespected him by going on social media and said that the other guy didn't have enough nerve to get in the ring with him. And it's like, dude, you're gonna say that? You're gonna disrespect? It's like these young people mouth just need to just think about what they say out their mouth.
They can't because they're thinking about the money. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking about the money. So
Well, you have to even watch what you comment.
About Megan and my bad. What y'all think about Megan and Nikki?
I mean, it's some female shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it ain't no female stuff. I'm just saying it's the same thing y'all talking about. Like, she telling her secrets and, just blasting her out, talking about her dead mom and, stuff like that.
That's
it ain't a girl thing.
Y'all
more messy. Guys are more messier than women. Like, you want to be real about it.
Yeah, of course, it could get violent. You know what I'm saying? I don't see two women really going to shoot each other. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, we don't know about all that. But we might send somebody after you now. Not a swear.
Well, but see, when guys get at each other, it could turn like that. When females get it, I think, it's just, just some talk. And, unless her husband and her boyfriend, and then it gets stupid like that. You know what I'm saying? But if they leave it where it's at, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I don't
think they're both good rappers, though. I
don't know a lot about the Megan situation and Nicki Minaj. I don't know a lot about that because normally I know like a lot of times women seem like they'll be talking on their mouth, whereas guys, because of their
guys
ego,
run their mouth too. Y'all be killing me with that.
I know, but I'm getting ready to add to it though. But I'm saying when a guy run his mouth, it's like he got to feel like he got to.
Man, y'all be calling y'all homeboys up too, man. Let me tell you about such and such. Woo, 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 woo.
No, Felicia. What I'm talking about is that does the female stuff lead to shooting and killing? No, that's all. That's where I was going.
Well, it's more than one way to skin a cat. So you ain't got to go shooting, blazing, and ending up in prison. So maybe y'all can learn something from the women, since it's just women arguing and fussing instead of getting locked up for blowing somebody's head off at the bar or something. So
That's what I'm saying. You know, with the women, it's entertainment. It's gonna stay there. You know, more than likely. But when guys get involved,
if me and Phil go after each other, it's gonna be on CNN.
To be that ego, and that pride.
I learned. See, one thing I learned from my situation is just sit down and wait. Something's going to happen, and something else is going to take over. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to get a car crash, or somebody's going to shoot somebody, or somebody's going to get caught laid up with somebody else. Just sit and wait. You know, the Bible even tells you this too shall pass. So you know, you just got to sit and wait. Something like that. What, 2 weeks ago, everybody was talking about Cat Williams, right? That shit is over with now. You know,
I hear you.
You know, all you gotta do is give it 7 days. 7 days.
Not feed into it.
It can't.
That's what I was saying earlier about people talking about, oh, Cat Williams crazy. No, he ain't crazy. I haven't seen too many interviews. He's definitely not crazy. I'm
gonna tell you, you know, you can learn a lesson from Papoose, right? All that was going on. You know, I'm pretty sure he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't jump out the window. He didn't say nothing. He just sat there and, you know, he might have cried or whatever. Who knows? But he didn't let it get to him. You know what I'm saying? He reacted.
He didn't let it get to him publicly where he got to go in public and make a fool out of himself.
Exactly, and we could learn a lesson from that. You know what I'm saying? Just hold tight, man. Hold tight. It'll go away. Somebody else will be on Front Street. That's all. That's how I look at it, man. Can't let it make you jump out the window.
Well, Permit, you say one more thing about me. It's on, because I know where you stay at. And all your locations. So you say one more thing about me on this call. And time.
Yeah, you can't say nothing about her on this call.
And time. You hear me?
Oh man, you got me laughing at that accent. That's right. Yeah, I noticed you got very quiet there, Kermit.
Hey,
he know what's up.
Queen Karen calls Felicia the boss. Now I don't know,
he better not mess
why
with
she
Queen,
called her that,
he know
but I'm
not to mess with Queen Karen either. Cause listen, I got photos, I got everything. I'm gonna be Cat Williams.
Oh shit.
On the what his name, Shannon show, whatever his name was, Shannon Sharp.
He just sounds you just slip on a banana peel right now. Then
listen, I know how to hush him up.
Okay, I know what to do now. Start talking. I'm just gonna call the cavalry and call you in.
like somebody told me over the phone that I can go to a meeting and not come back. I'm like, am I the only person that would happen to?
Yeah, see? I got you now.
I'm just playing. Not playing.
I got you now, homeboy. I got your number now.
Yeah.
I know how to back you down.
Lisa's also a celebrity hairstylist. She goes do a celebrity's hair and find out it's not a celebrity.
That has happened before.
Okay. That's good. I got your number though, Holmes. Next time you start messing with me, it's over for you.
Now that's gonna cost you now. Now don't think you're gonna come over here and get all this. Now come on, hey, it's gonna cost you. I'm telling you now.
I'm gonna do a book just from what I found about Phil in 2012. I'm not gonna go past 2012 or before 2012. I'm gonna just do 2012. It's gonna be a 2-part book. Just 1 year of his life.
I wasn't that bad. I don't know what Gordon told you. It wasn't that bad, man. I was not that bad. Trust me. A lot of that is fabrication. Don't believe, if you say you hung out with Public Enemy, don't believe the hype.
The interesting thing about
your
Public
finger
Enemy,
ain't tired.
huh?
I was asking Leonard, was his finger tired?
The interesting thing about Public Enemy is when I went to pick them up.
No, I'm okay.
The interesting thing about Public Enemy is when the first time I went to pick them up at the airport, I went out there in a white limousine, and they said, "No, we're not getting in that." I'm like, "Huh?" They said, "We're not getting in that." He said, "Maybe if you had a black limousine, we might get in there, but we ain't getting in that white limousine."
Oh, it's not.
This was in 1987, December 1987. So I went back to the guy I got the limousine from. He has some raggedy vans. So I got a blue van that they rent out, raggedy one almost. And they were so happy that I came back and got them in that blue van, and they traveled the whole city in that van. Everything, in stores and everything, radio station, everything in that blue van. They was happy to be in there. Did not want no part of the limousine. Did you know about that kind of stuff, Phil, with them?
Yeah, semi. I mean, it was really about that. I at that time I didn't really have the mentality that was needed to understand that. You know what I mean? So all that takes a million to hold us back, and when matter of fact when they drop my Uzi with a 10, that's when everybody had Uzis. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't thinking he was talking about his brain. I'm thinking like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? My mentality was different at that time.
Did you understand why Sister Soldier didn't make it?
I mean because of her position that she took.
Yeah, her viewpoint.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you can't do that. Number one, you could only do that if we as a people was a little bit more united.
Right.
If we were more united, then you could do that. You could talk that because you're still going to get it going because your people are going to support you, right? But you can't do that if your people ain't going to support you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met her speaking.
And to tell you the truth, nobody can blackball you either. You could only do it to yourself.
Yeah, I met her while she was speaking at a was it New Music Seminar? No, not Music Seminar. What's the Impact Conference in Atlantic City? Remember that?
Yeah.
That's where
I just came back from. I just came back from Atlantic City.
Yeah, she had a hell of a speech or rap or whatever she said was real strong. But the only problem with stuff like that, as you already know, dealing with our people, is that we rah this, that, and other, and then time we get home, all that's forgotten.
And they bank on that. They bank on that, on us doing that. They bank on us marching and complaining and all that. But they give us 30 days. You got 30 days. You got 30 days to make all that noise you want. All that rah, all the marching, all that. Do all that. Because in 30 days, rent is due, babysitter buddies due, car notes due, insurance is due. I know life hits you again. Then you're like, wait a minute, I'll be back. I come back to that in a few. So again, there's no unity. Once the unity comes in, then we can really make a change.
Right.
But even with what we have on the call right now, whoever's on Facebook, we all from different parts of this boat. We're all from different parts of the boat. But yet and still we all have the same circumstances. So hopefully, as we this year, like I said, this is a do year, not a new year. You just got to do it. Whatever it is that we're talking about, however you want to go about it, you got to do it and lead by example. Can't lead by just talking about it. So that's about it, Mr. Henderson.
Yes, sir.
So I want to thank everybody for participating. Again on the call. I hope that something that was said, sparked something in at least one person to step outside of the comfort zone, step outside that box, and make a phone call to one of their city or state politicians, and get with one of these organizations if you don't already have one, or go to one of these schools and start talking to the kids and trying to reach the kids, because if we don't do it, can't expect somebody else to do it.
Yeah, I've been doing that in my neighborhood for years. My sister was a school teacher, so I would go to career day and talk to kids. And I'm gonna just tell you a quick story. The young lady came to my store one day, very attractive young lady, and came to the door. And I always like play with the customers, joke around like I do on the call, right? So something told me not to say anything to this girl. Don't just say hello, how you doing, may I help you, or whatever. Not say nothing funny or any flirt with her, or nothing. Just wait on this girl. And so it was a line. So then she came to the counter and she said, I just want to thank you. I'm like, for what? She said, when I was in junior high school, you came to our career day and you talked to us or whatever. She said, at that time, I was not a good person. I was, not listening to my parents. I was a bad person or whatever. She said, but after hearing you speak, it changed my life. She said, I'm now married, got 2 kids and doing good. She almost made me cry in the store that day. Like to know that I had that much influence over somebody, that young, to see somebody from their neighborhood, and to just for that to happen, it was just weird to me. It was just it just caught me off guard. But I've heard that plenty of times. I found an email a year later where a guy that was a DJ in Cleveland sent me an email telling me all the things that I did for him or whatever, and how we met, what I did for him. He really appreciated it. It was like, damn, just make you want to cry, damn. They're like, damn, I did all of that. It just was weird to see this stuff, So that's it. It's just odd. Because I feel we used to hate us. We're not used to people that's telling us that we great, we did a good thing, and pat you on the back, and we really appreciate you and all that. We used to people just talking about the negative stuff, So that's what's so unusual. That's what was unusual for me, because I had haters out the gate with me from Jump Street when I got in the game every year. Strong haters. I'm talking about where the hate got to so strong in 1999, where Phil's Illuminati buddies were threatening to kill me in 1999. I've talked about it several times publicly. It's not a big deal. I never mentioned no names, but it was involving the BMG distribution company. But they know I take the name to my grave, so I'm safe. They're not gonna kill me. They know I know how to shut up. And that was the choice I had. That was my choice.
You be bugging. That's all I know.
That was my choice to either keep living or keep running my mouth like DJ Punch and then be running their mouth. Punch and Manny Face be running their mouth. I can run my mouth like they run their mouth, or I can shut up and keep living.
But at times it's different. Back then, the times you're talking about,
oh yeah, that was before social media and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it was different. It was different. You would, a lot of things that are happening now couldn't happen back then. Like you couldn't go to a party and buy a whole bunch of champagne and steal all that money and all that jewelry and think that you was going to walk out. You know what I'm saying? With your money and your jewelry. That wasn't happening. You know what I mean? You couldn't do the things that we're doing right now. I remember one time I went to a concert.
Hold on, let me stop you there because I'm about to take it off of YouTube. I want to thank the people that's on here, but I'm gonna cut it off YouTube and on here because when you mentioned them about walking out of somewhere, I got something to add to that. But first of all, thanks for Tone Henderson, my first cousin out in Kansas City. Much success to the Kansas City Chiefs, even though Even though sports teams not supposed to have Indian names, but I guess they supposed to got theirs okay. But
it's all good.
Of course, we got the mother of the call, Queen Karen G, up in Washington, D.C. Now you can start calling Washington, D.C. down south because it's right there at Richmond. You can call that down south. We got ECMD. We got the Garrison family. We got Carl Leonard, who is a professional drummer out of the Bay Area. If you need any drum beats, professional drummer, he'll continue some drum beats or something, whatever you need. He and his family have played with, I see your drums in the picture. He and his family have played with famous people like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm sure you heard of that name. So get a hold of Carl. You can get a hold of anybody through me.
I got to see if I can go back over Al. Give me a see if he got any more dirt. When they're one. He ain't gonna know either.
Okay, then we got Felicia D864.
Did you sell the t-shirts?
You talking to me?
A couple people.
No, someone who's speaking. Someone who's speaking need to put their phone on. I don't know who that is.
That was Tone.
Oh, that's Tone. Oh, my God.
I thought he was asking me a question. Anyway, yeah, we got Felicia D864. She's Felicia D864 on all social media. And she's a rapper and a celebrity hairstylist out of Greenville, South Carolina. Then we got Darrell P., who is a manager, a record label, and a recording studio out of Chicago, Illinois. Make Your Ear Hot Productions. Then we got DJ Manny Faces, who has Strong Side Radio Throwdown Thursdays every single Thursday. Well, not every Thursday, but a lot of Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with himself, DJ Head Rush, who was in there earlier, and Will Gamble, and a bunch of lady co-hosts. Then we got Sincere the PPE. That I think that's another one of Queen Karen's bosses. One thing I know about Queen Karen, you better not say nothing about Felicia or Sincere is going to be a problem. So they may be in some kind of mafia or something. Because if you say anything about Sincere,
yeah, we sure is. We sure
you say
is.
something about Felicia or Sincere, something's going to go down. So I might look stupid, but I'm smart enough to know not to cross Queen Karen. Because she actually cussed me out one day on a live Zoom call. So you know you can't mess with her. Okay.
That's not the truth. That's not the truth. I never cursed.
Okay.
I never used a curse word.
She told me off without cursing. Then we got the award-winning DJ Punch. He's DJ Punch 317 on all social media and even his email address, djpunch317@gmail. Easy to find. And everybody that popped on and popped off, whether it's Travis Shin or whoever else I forgot that was on earlier. Then we got, last but not least, multi-platinum, Grammy Award-winning Michael J. Calhoun, co-founder of the legendary Daz Band with the song, what? Let It Whip, Whip It, Baby? Yeah, that song. Michael and his bandmate, Eric Philman, co-wrote the B-side. So when the A-side went gold, the B-side flew right behind it. Michael's also made history recently by charting in 6 different genres of music, including a rap song, Felicia D864. And he's been inducted to the R&B Hall of Fame and also is part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band. Hopefully he gets in there one day. But if not, he still was there when they cut the ribbon for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's that. And I'm going to goodbye, YouTube.